It's time to start pushing the envelope. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm the Blue Max, and today in Watcher of Realms, we're going to tackle Gear Raid 1, Stage 23. I'm going to show you the heroes, their placements, their order of placement, and the tactics necessary to clear this very challenging stage. Let's jump in. All right, so we're on stage 23. You can see Power of Dominance is off, and we're going to go into fight. So this is the team I had to use in order to defeat stage 23. This is the team I initially beat it with. I've also beaten it with Rosalia instead of Guan Yu, but I kind of like this team, and it's a little bit easier to use. And I will say I tried subbing out a lot of different heroes. I tried taking out Demi and putting in Thunkles for anti-heal. I tried removing Leia and putting in Ain, and I even tried Beatrix instead of Guan Yu, and nothing works. In fact, I have recorded this fight about 5 times this evening, and I'm getting a little bit sick of it because somehow I managed to overtune my deployment, or rather my use of ultimates, to the point to where I was actually losing. So what I found actually works is we're going to put all of the heroes on auto ult except for Ezreath and Valise. We're gonna alternate those two. Ezreath is going to go, of course, from World Destroyer mode to World Devourer mode, and he's going to suck up Valise's summons after they've done damage, and that's going to recharge his Dark Spores and recharge her Rage Regen. So even though these two heroes do not have a bond skill together, they are meant for each other, and you're going to see that in this fight. Let's jump in. And I just cleared it on 2x, but we will go down to 1x. So Ezreath, I find you put him on the right and face him left, and he is going to that AOE attack is going to absolutely slap across those 3 main tiles when the enemy is taking the walls. I'm going to put our ultimates on auto casting. The only 2 heroes that are going to be manually controlled are going to be Valise and Ezreath, and you will understand why. So as soon as Valise gets to 100, we're going to go ahead and fire off her ultimate, and then we're going to drop Nezah. And as soon as Nezah ults, then we're going to swap Ezreath from Destroyer mode to Devourer mode, and we're going to just keep cycling them. But all of these DPS we're dropping on the field, they're just going to continue to auto ult. The next hero on the field is going to be Ireless. That's going to help with our Rage Regen as well as healing. Okay, so now we're going ahead and swap Ezreath, and he's going to devour those summons. And there we go. And as you can see, Ezreath and Valise are ready to fire off again. Okay, quick pro tip. Never fire off Valise's ultimate first if Ezreath is missing any Dark Spores. If you do, he will immediately devour that fresh summon, and you're not going to get any of the damage out of that hero. And what I find is that Ezreath only needs 4 out of his 5 spores to be activated. And so what he's going to do is he's going to do his 4 attacks. It's going to be 1 attack every 5 seconds. And by the time he hits that point, at least with my account and my Pantheon bonuses and my gear, Valise is going to be at 60% rage regen at that point, and we're going to swap Ezreath from Destroyer back to Devourer mode, and then by the time his ultimate is ready to fire off again, Valise is going to be fully charged as well. And so in that way, we're going to just keep cycling them as fast as we possibly can. All right, Guan Yu is going to go onto the field next as soon as we hit 18 cost. And like I said, we're only going to focus on Ezreath and Valise. Everyone else is on auto, and that seems to just work. Like, don't overanalyze it. I'm telling that to myself because that's what I did. I tried to tune it to the very best, and what I ended up doing is actually wrecking my team. I was consistently losing at about between 50 and 51 enemies slain. All right, and here comes Demi, and you can see everyone's on ultimate. Well, obviously not Dao Chan, and not Narissa. Although Narissa would not necessarily be bad for her to be ulting as well, but it's not necessary. Okay, so there you go. You can see Ezreath and Valise. They are syncing up very nicely, and we're taking enemies down very, very fast. Yeah, actually, I'm not going to ult with Narissa because when she ults, she is not healing, and we need her as a second healer to keep this team alive. All right, Ezreath is about ready to do his thing, and you can see Valise at 60%, now 80%, and now Ezreath has his 4 spores, and Valise is ready to fight again. And at this point, I could put the fight on 2x, but I'm not going to. But I feel fairly confident that we can just keep cycling these ults and we're going to knock it out. So as you can see, the team is absolutely wrecking. I will warn. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to recharge Ezreath and Valise right now before these 6 arrive. All of these heroes, all these legendary heroes are skill maxed. Leia is not. I just pulled her off banner last week, obviously off banner, and I have not invested anything into her. She's just there for her Lord skill. Okay, so we are taking down this team. We've already got 3 of the enemies down, and one more attack from Ezreath, and now we recharge. And our tuning is a little bit off, but it's about to get back. Look at that. The team is down, and Demi still got a little bit of an ult left. So the scary thing is, all Neza and Guan Yu's ultimates were spent before this enemy team came, but we do have a lot of wall. So the key thing is they knocked out the other enemies faster, and so therefore we have more wall to defend ourselves. Okay, so here we go. Remember, we wait until we get 4 dark spores out of Ezreath, and Ezreath's ultimate has to recharge. And there we go. And we are doing a lot of damage here. So we've got Demi, Neza, Guan Yu all pretty well in sync, and they are casting their ultimates and doing their thing. We've already taken down 6 of the enemies, and Ezreath and Valise are back in sync. Here we go. Guan Yu and Demi are pushing hard, getting their ultimates recharged. We got 10 more seconds before we cycle Ezreath and Valise one more time, and we've already taken down 10 of the enemy. Okay, and there we go. Doing Ezreath and Valise one more time. Guan Yu's ultimate is triggering. Here we go. Demi doing her thing. We're already down to 49 enemies. But that boss is in the fight. Looks like the shield is down, or the wall is down to about 25%. So this is starting to get a little scary, but we've already cleared 52 of the enemies. All right, one more from Ezreath. There we go. Go back to World Devourer mode and Destroyer mode. Okay, here we go. Get Valise out, and now we've got Demi doing her thing. You'll notice all the enemies are over on the left, and that's just the way it's going to be because Demi is not doing that anti-heal, but we are taking them down. We've only got 6 enemies on the field left. Now make that 4. All right, Ezreath is ready. Guan Yu's ultimate is cycling. All right, we got the boss and 3 enemies. We're down to maybe about 10% shield wall. It's going to be close, and it does. But look, the enemy is already below 50% health. Ezreath has 2 more of his ults to go. The boss is going to drop the totem, and that is going to heal. But guess what? Demi's ultimate is ready. Okay, we recycle. The wall is holding maybe about 3 or 5%. And the boss is about dead. The boss is going to die any moment now. And there it goes. There it goes. Only 2 enemies left. And we've got just a sliver of wall left. And most importantly, Neza is going to continue to stun. Guan Yu is doing his thing. And look at that. 1 enemy left. And he can't get a word in edgewise. And just like that, Gear Raid 1, Stage 23 is in the books. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at kind of our stats real quick. And as you can see, Ezreath is the absolute MVP on this fight, followed by Valise and then Neza. I'm not sure why, because Demi is not doing as much damage as she was previously. I was hitting anywhere between 225 and 250 million damage, but not anymore. It may be that I had previously put Demi down before Guan Yu. That could be the difference. Guan Yu's not doing a huge amount of damage, Rosalia will actually do more, but she also kind of messes up some ultimate timings and she slows down the fight because her pushback is awesome, but it also means that she pushes enemies out of range. When Ezreath is in that right tile facing left, he can't hit enemies if Rosalia pushes them out of the way. But at any rate, that is this fight. I hope this has been a useful video to you, and thank you so much for watching.